The division of Negezi is in the Kishapu district. Its headquarters is 33 kilometers from Shinyanga town. The community is primarily made up of farmers and livestock herders.
Normally, people around here depend on agriculture and animal keeping, and the agriculture depends on rain. He likes agriculture as his main activity, as well as rearing livestock such as goats, cows, and lambs.
Water scarcity has been the main problem affecting this area due to years of insufficient rainfall. As a result, farmers are affected. To date, no permanent solution has been made to completely curtail the water problem.
The problem is so big, it has now become a nature. Water has continued being a problem because of population increase.
You wake up at 5 a.m. There are already a lot of people, mostly because water collection is a problem. The well is one, but users are over 10,000, and several villages come to fetch water from it. David Sanga, he is the secretary for the Negezi division.
Availability of water in Negezi, especially during the dry season, people, many of whom live far from water sources, are forced to travel a long way to get water.
Inhabitants of this area spend most of their time in search of water, resulting in failure to do development activities. Hence, their abject poverty.
Because you can struggle a whole day trying to get water, other activities will be halted. Therefore, it becomes a problem, as other times you are required to do other development work, but you find yourself still struggling for water. Water is everything. Water is life. Without water, one cannot complete anything.
Do not bother cooking if you do not have water, because how can you cook without water? But if you have water, you can look for flour to cook. You can only begin to cook once you have found the water. It is virtually impossible to get water from the ground without a hoe, spade, or pickaxe.
You can't get any water here without digging.
Despite the hardships the people face in getting water, the water they get is still not safe for human consumption and worsened by other hazardous usages. A person collects water, another washes clothes, animals and livestock drink, all using the same water source. The water is collected from small dirty dams where people wash clothes and cows drink.
This water is not safe, so often people contract diarrhea from drinking this water.
Education is key to life and plays a big role in any country's development. Due to a lot of time spent fetching water, children's education has been seriously affected. Female children are late to school because they must collect water before going to school. On the day of collecting water, students do not go to school because it takes at least 7 hours and a child returns exhausted. You cannot return home without finding water. Children return from school and do not eat because there is no food. They go to school lacking focus because they're hungry.
It affects the student's learning because as the student is coming from home, rushing to school and carrying water, such that by the time they reach school, They are already mentally tired from carrying a heavy load. Once at school, do their cleaning tasks, rush to sign in their school register, and prepare psychologically for class. This makes the student very tired and psychologically ill-prepared for class.
These means of transport conveys wealth to the locals and assists males to get a partner through this. Problems of rape, impregnation, and contraction of sexually transmitted diseases to girls in the area whilst fetching water has increased and become a challenge to their education.
We use the donkey, a horse cart, or bicycle to fetch water, and families without a cart or bicycle use girls to fetch water with buckets. Often girls delay coming back, since boys bother them along the way. The boys sometimes rape or even just stop them by force and do not allow their girls to return home until they have agreed to their advances.
For example, I do not own an ox cart, but someone who has one asks me if my daughter can go with him to collect water. As a result, my child returns pregnant or with HIV/AIDS. Water problems leads to girls getting exposed to unwanted pregnancies because the girl leaves home in the morning to collect water from a well far away. As a result, gets raped or impregnated. Mwashi Luhende is one of the victims who got pregnant whilst fetching water. He did not force me. We met at the well and agreed, and that is how I got pregnant. Neema is a 13-year-old girl whose dreams were shattered after what happened at the water well. I was in grade 6. While fetching water in the evening, a man appeared and pulled my bucket and told me he loves me and said we should have sex, and I refused. Then he took my bucket from me and pulled me in the forest and raped me. The incident led to ending her education and her aspirations of becoming a nurse one day. I felt bad for the incident because it destroyed my dreams of becoming a nurse. Mr. John Myola is the director of Agape, an institution that assists children with problems, and Neema is currently with them.
It's many of the girls that we come across on it that have been pregnant. If you ask them how they got in this way, their reply is that it all started when they went to fetch water. When I went to fetch water, a man or boy came and told me that he wanted to make love with me. Oh, he simply just came and got hold of my bucket of water.
Neema's ability and hard work in pursuing her education still needs plenty of assistance if she is to fulfill her dreams.
I remember saying to this girl, "Okay, girl, I'm sorry. It seems like your progress in education has suddenly ended here now." The girl cried out with a very painful cry. She was seated right here and said, "Pa, help me. Please help me. I really love my schooling," she said. And she's very capable in class too. But that's where her dream has ended. At grade 6, raped at the riverside, her fault being fetching water. Water problems, a very big problem in Kishapu.
Whilst girls cry over problems of rape, mothers also face consequential problems due to lack of water. The queue is very long and you return late. Your husband wonders whether it is due to other reasons, and if you explain the water problems, they are under the impression you're lying to them, which results in conflict. Indeed, there are questions of whether it is water causing the late returns, and the men go out to investigate and discover water is the cause.
You find this woman returns at 8. True, she went to watch water, but her man thinks she could have been with another lover, which results into a serious misunderstanding, and I have witnessed many examples of this and broken marriages.